Man, Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx from the Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow from Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellow Sports TV.
Hey, Steven, man, you really believe that stuff? Oh, man, come on. You really believe that stuff you be saying?
Hey, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to check. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout-outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're going to get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace. Alrighty then, let's get to it, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. When y'all come through the door, let's get to 30 thumbs up, 30 thumbs up, 30 thumbs up. Already got Punch Quote. He said, just like Cruz ducked Rigo and got knocked out by Tank. Interesting. If Canelo knocks that fool Spence out, I think, Jose, I think you're right. If Spence beat Pacman, I think he would go for another huge mega payday fight with Canelo. Rest in peace, Dipset tomorrow in the wake. Yeah, we did a live earlier on that, man. So go check that out if you haven't. How is it a duck if Bud don't want to fight? How's Bud don't want to fight? You come on and tell me. How, Bud? Let me know if you want to come on. Let me know if you want to come on, because I'm gonna put these Terence Crawford people, these Errol people in their place, because y'all just be trolling. So if you don't respond, I'm blocking today. So do you want to come on? Yeah or nay? So explain that to me. If you don't want to come on, Marcus, you about to get blocked. And if you create another account talking shit, I'm gonna block you again. I have no issue with blocking somebody. So you got a minute until you respond. Sad part is weirdo fans who sit there and defend that dude when he openly ducked the best. Yes, facts. And he turned down motherfucking Pacquiao before. So that was after their car accident. So. And one thing dawned on me, right? Because we talked about this for a minute yesterday. So when I actually sat there and read it out loud about Canelo playing, it was fight 1 was going to be Caleb Plant. Fight 2 was going to be Benavidez. And fight 3, oh, here you go then. Come on. You said, no, I was going to block your ass. Come on. We can start off that way. Fight 3 was going to be Errol Spence. And I'm thinking, if Errol fought Pacquiao August 21st, then Canelo was going to fight Caleb Plant September 18th, right? So the second fight in Canelo deal was going to be David Benavidez. And I say Spence next fight, I know for a fact, is going to be for the WBA title versus Ugas, or if Fabian Madonna win. Then third fight in the deal was Canelo Alvarez to fight Errol Spence. So Errol Spence would only fight Pacquiao or Dennis Ugas, and then he would move up and fight Canelo Alvarez. Now today, he had an article where he said, I respect Terence Crawford, always blase blah, right? So I seen it come down my feed. and then you want to wish people the best regards because you know he's not fighting them. And that's not like I said, that's not staying on code. Give me 1 second, Mark. 1 second. That's not staying on code. That's not staying on code. Get my headphones on. What's up, Mr. Lewis? I respect you for coming on. What's going on?
What's up, CJ, man? Nothing much, man. Just coming on and enjoy the show.
What's going on? Hold on. Give me a minute. Fix my audio. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I wasn't trolling, man. I was just asking.
I see you came on. Oh, you asked a question. All right, my bad. You got to put that question mark on there.
Yeah, I was asking how is EJ. Now, I'm a fan of both. Let me say that first. I'm a fan of both.
Okay. Did you watch the live last night?
No, I didn't. I ain't
okay. That's where the disconnect is. I'm going to read that real quick. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Where you from?
Man, I'm from Dallas.
You from Cali?
I'm from Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. Okay.
Yeah.
Mo. You know the singer Mo that got killed? Shout out to him.
Yeah, Mo 3. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite artists, man. Best artist out the city.
Hold on. So it says, I'm going to read it. So it said, Words PBC is giving a 3-fight deal to Canelo Alvarez. It will be the first fight will be Plant, the second fight will be Benavidez, the third fight will be Spence. So by my math, right? So it's a rumor that Bud could be crossing over, right? You can go to his people channel. His coach came on and said he could be crossing over. So by that estimation, the first fight with Plant would have been September 18th, and that might very still happen. Then Errol would go ahead and fight Ugas, and then he would go into a Canelo Alvarez fight. So in reality, Errol only had 2 more fights left, not including Pacquiao. So Pacquiao, Ugas, and he tried to move up for Canelo Alvarez. So I mean, why should Bud cross the street? Hold on. Why should Bud cross the street and he not gonna get a shot at Errol? A Sean Porter fight, I think Bob could make that fight. That's my thing. If you're gonna jump up and fight Canelo Alvarez, don't come back down to fight. I don't think Bud gonna come. If you come back down, Bud not gonna fight you. So that just leave Terence Crawford to fight, either move up, fight Jamel, Virgil Ortiz, or Jerron Nennis. So why is he coming to PBC?
I mean, but I'm just going off of what I've heard Errol say. Errol said he got 2 to 3 more fights left at 147. The Pacquiao fight. At that time when Errol said this, Errol was under the impression that somebody had told him that the WBA gave Pacquiao the belt back. And he said, if that's the case, after I get this belt from Pacquiao, I'm going to go across the street and see what they're talking about. If not, I got 2 to 3 fights left. And I'm guessing that was based off of if they didn't strip Ugas of the belt. And then I've heard Terence say on another platform that he was beyond that fight. So how is Errol ducking the fight?
You believe that? So Errol said, Errol said when he get a belt, he gonna fight Bud, right? Right. I'm trying to show you. I'm not defending Crawford. What he said when he get a belt, he gonna fight Terence. When Terence get a belt, he'll fight him, right?
I heard Keith say that. I didn't hear Errol.
No. Okay, hold on. But he said it. I have the sound clip. But hold on. But he said it, right? He said when he get a belt, I'll fight him. Cool, right? He said a lot of things. So is Terence Crawford. I'm beneath that fight. That's just, I hate to say this because he's not gonna like it, but he already tried to sue me. But that's just a single mother in him. That's just being raised by a mother. Even though I know his father's still around. Shout out to him, his father in Virginia, right? But that's just that estrogen in him, right? Every man has estrogen, a little bit of estrogen in him. Some of you niggas got more. So on another occasion, especially you niggas that's vegan that eat tofu and shit, they got estrogen in it, right? Every nigga has that in him, right? Some of you are more than others. So I think he feeling a certain way. You think if they presented that fight to him, you think he'd be crossing the street for that fight, or do he re-up with Bob or he go sign with Eddie? He would go sign with Bob or Eddie. So he wants to fight because he wouldn't even fight. What's the point of fighting Sean Porter? What's the point of fighting Sean Porter at this point if you're not gonna fight Errol? You might as well jump up, fight Jamel Charlo Castanos, and punch your permanent ticket to the Hall of Fame. So he wouldn't be going through Sean if he wasn't gonna get Errol. He wouldn't be crossing the street. If let's say Errol beat Pacquiao, right? Would he be? Why are we going to PBC for? For a high risk, low reward fight versus Jerron Ennis? No.
Nah, I think him and Errol gonna get it on. That's just what I believe, man.
But if Errol go up and fight Canelo and come back down, should he still? You know,
I don't think Errol built like that, bro. I think Errol will fight him first.
But what I'm just saying, based on the information I got, so like salute.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying. Caleb Plant. Canelo turned it down, but based on the information I got, it's solid. He wanted to fight Plant, Benavidez, and then Spence. I'm just saying, think about this for a minute.
So there was no Charlo in that?
No Charlo, no cap, no Charlo. I think if they replaced Charlo with Benavidez, he probably would have signed that deal. I just think he don't want to fight Benavidez, honestly. But at the same time, it's not a good look if you gonna fight, you're gonna beat Ugas and then you're gonna get out the division and fight Canelo. Then you come back down and then you come.
I agree with you.
That's all I'm basing it on. If he do that, I mean, at the end of the day, him and Crawford can fight at 54. We can agree with that. If they show Crawford enough millions, he can fight at 160. I'm cool with that. But at the same time, you know, Pacquiao, that's a great fight. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm not saying, oh man, he should have fought Crawford instead of Pacquiao. Fuck no, go get your money. Go get your money. I can't knock you. Go get your fucking bag, right? But at the same time, they gotta fight. It's not for the betterment of boxing. It's a betterment for black boxing. It's for us. That's a fight for us. If they don't want to let us in Vegas or Cali, that's cool. We can go to Memphis. We go to Atlanta. We go to DC. That's a fight for us. That's what they fail to understand. That's a fight for black people. That's a fight for us to go somewhere and we all parlay, bet, politics, wherever we go. That's for us. That's not for Mexicans. That's not for white. That's why they don't want to do that shit. And that man got to get them niggas out his ear, and he got to go make this fight. Win, lose, or draw. It's history.
Who you saying got to get someone out the ear? Errol or Bud?
Both of them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Both of them. Sit the fuck down and say, you know what, man? You know this is bigger. Imagine them niggas do $1 million. That'd be the first black fight that did $1 million since Floyd fought Shane Mosley, and that was what 2010, 9, 12. That's huge, dog.
Yeah.
That's huge. It's bigger than them. And they got all these people in their ear saying you can make more money. Tomorrow ain't promised. Car accident.
I still think Bud needs to get away. I don't give a damn where Bud goes. I don't have no personal preference.
He coming.
I just think he need to get away from Bob, man.
He is. It's October. It's over with. When he gets out, that's why he said him and Sean gonna fight in November. When he get out, his contract is over. Whether he throw a punch, another punch, or not for top rank.
Oh, I thought he owed him one more fight.
No, when his coach said whether they throw a punch or not, then it's over with. That's why Bob's saying I want to make the Porter fight. The Porter fight is fruitful. Hold on, how Pacquiao not fruitful, but Porter is. That's why Bob Arum changing his tune. You feel me? He knows it's over with, man. You can talk bad on this man. Then all this dude got to do is run the shot clock out. And it's over with. He can sign with Bob. He can represent himself. He can sign with Eddie. It don't matter. But then at the end of the day, they got to understand this bigger than you know, making a couple more dollars than fighting. He might walk away with 30, 40 fight Canelo. I can't knock him, but it's bigger than that, bro. It's very bigger than that. This is for black boxing. You know, they ain't gonna let us in Vegas. You know, they ain't gonna let us in Vegas. They want us to go to Memphis. That's why Mike Tyson started at the end of his career when he bring money to Vegas. That's why Mike Tyson started fighting in Memphis and shit like that. That's why.
Man, but I like that though, man. Going to where we are prominent at, like the motto that Floyd and Leonard Ellaby is trying to create with Tank with the Atlanta situation. That's big, man.
Huge. You need to fight where your people at.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's
What's
big.
up, Jeffy Joff? What's up? Now, whenever you're ready. He said, man, Texas niggas funny. Everybody funny. He said Thurman never fought Spence, so why would he think Spence will fight Bud? I guess he dipped off. This dude must be from T-Steady from Dallas. Dallas, they ain't playing down there with you niggas, man. It's hot as hell down there. Y'all got it. Couldn't pick no cotton down there, dog. Slave Master would have had to just off me. They come to Memphis, I'm there. Yeah, and you ain't from Detroit no more. You from Memphis. What's Memphis area code, nigga? You ain't from Detroit no more. Talking about Dexter Ave, nigga. You from whatever part of you from Mississippi, nigga. You ain't even from Memphis. They both need each other. They do. Beatbox said, hey, I remember Flame, Zo-Life. That was funny. BFTB, Flame, Zo-Life. You know, you can't argue with no nigga from the comment section, bro. You can't argue with a nigga that got the mute button. Not these funny ass niggas. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, as long as it don't compromise the channel. You got your opinion, I got mine. But you can't be trying to go at a nigga from the comment section. That don't work at all. But at the same time, man, he got to see him. They got to see each other. And if Crawford coming and you want to slide out the back door, that's not cool, bro. He ain't coming to fight Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, sorry ass. He said a 901. I knew that. Oh, I forget that. He said real talk. He ain't coming to slide out the back door. You know, don't try to go fight Canelo, move up, and for what? You gonna fight Canelo? Canelo didn't stop that deal because he didn't want to fight you. He didn't want to fight Benavidez. Had they said, you know, Charlo, Plant, Errol, he would have fought Charlo. Charlo ain't no threat no more. He regressing because he not fighting. He not leveling up his opponent. He regressing. Tell bro to keep it real. Spence can't fight moving backwards. I mean, it is what it is. You know, he fought Mikey. I can't post that comment, bro. He was just gonna let dude beam in though. B-box salute. He ain't Flame ish. See, y'all started shit for the comment section, man. But you know, at the same time, he can't move up fight Canelo. Now, if he beat Canelo, him and Crawford, that's a $100 million fight. If he beat Canelo, now we talking. But ain't no beating Canelo. If he go in there and I'll box Canelo, shit, hey, if he knock Canelo out, they gonna give that nigga smelling salt. So Canelo, you just fight Canelo for the bag and hope you get the knockout. You ain't beating no Canelo. Mikey didn't have a belt, but Bud did. I mean, it is what it is. Two sides of the streets. He said, I ain't fighting nobody outside the PBC network. Spence versus Bud is 50-50 no matter. Cool. It's a 50-50 that we need to see. If Bud or Errol Spence was Mexican, this fight would have been made. If they both was Mexican or Puerto Rican Mexican, you know, this fight would have been made. You know, that's just the honest truth. They just disrespect black fans. Now, if we all took our dollar to UFC, where they make fights no matter a race, creed, or belief, you know, we wouldn't have this problem. So I told y'all niggas, start watching UFC. That shit fire. You might get a boxing match in that shit. You might get a kickboxing match. You might get a grappling match, wrestling match, submission match. You might get a mix. I see some UFC fights where they strike better than niggas with boxing gloves on. No cap. I think it happens at 54. Yeah, I can see that. If Canelo sweat lands on someone, it counts as, you ain't lying. He missed. He had a draw with Floyd Mayweather. He said Derek Lewis is that dude. Yeah, he fight for the interim title, ain't he? Yeah, that nigga might be the most exciting dude to watch. Nigga, he'll be down with 2 seconds left and sleep a nigga. No cap. But at the same time, you can't run off and go try to fight Canelo. You know. But then again, when they get that nigga that ring belt, he lineal. He beat Pacquiao. He's the lineal champion of the division. I think at this point, who gonna fight Bud faster? I think Pacquiao gonna go into a fight with Bud before Spence will. Especially if Canelo part of the equation. So you gotta think about it. Crawford going over there to fight fucking Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Jerron Ennis. Shit, he might as well move up and fight Jermell Charlo. Or at least fight Castanos and become what? 1, 2, 3, or 4 division champion? For what? Why struggle with Sean Porter for what? If I can't get Errol on the other side of that door, or Undisputed on the other side of the door, why am I fighting Sean Porter for? Why am I crossing the street? When it's rumors that they run out of money, it's rumored that they stealing from their fighters. Why am I crossing the street? You know, when it's a lot of shit going on over there, for what? I got Ortiz losing to the meme machine. I don't see that happening, bro. A lot of people saying that shit. I don't know. Meme machine could crack. If he hit Virgil Ortiz, it could be interesting. But Virgil said he had a COVID before the Hooker fight. But if Kyle Velasquez get to touch them like Hooker did, Y'all ninjas might be right. But that's a good fight. That's one of the better fights. Because we ain't had no good fights, all July other than Charlo. Charlo and Costello supposed to roll into Wilder and Fury 3. And that ain't happened. So Derek exciting to watch. Yeah, Derek pulled something out his ass with 1 second left. Marcus, you still there? I'm gonna go ahead and kick his ass. Appreciate it, bro. He probably chilling. My balls is hot. When he said that shit, I said, damn, your balls is hot, nigga. Beat Porter, move up, fight Charlo, retire. That's pretty much what the plan gonna be. But that's wild, bro. That he trying to do the smoke escape. And then he say, here you go. Smoke escape, Batman. And then it just resonated on me because I wasn't gonna do another live. We did the locks and Dipset live earlier. Dipset. Jewels, dip. Sit down the set. Who you? Dipset disappointed. Like I said, they was gonna lose. But Kobe's UK fan, he apologized on Twitter yesterday. He said Spence on getting Pacquiao fight instead of Crawford. I wish Terence the best, right? He said, no, I wish the best for Terence Crawford. I don't hate on another athlete, especially a black athlete. I feel there's enough people hating on us. I've got nothing but respect for Terence Crawford. My thing is this: if you respect him and you your own boss, let's politic and get a fight. Let's politic and fight, bro. Ain't no more respect than it don't get no higher in respect in any industry. From you kicking in the sandbox, y'all in high school, to you in the streets, to you get a 9 to 5. Ain't no more respect and loyalty than get money together. It gets no more respectable to get money. So why y'all can't make money together? Why are you trying to go fight Canelo Alvarez? And that's sad. Because they want to revisit. They said, like I said yesterday, they want to revisit that deal. So that's why they saying Caleb Plant. That's what they saying Caleb Plant is gonna be fighting Caleb Truex or Anthony Durrell. They want to keep him champion. And sorry for the disconnect from yesterday, but we did a stream yesterday. So if you didn't watch the stream yesterday, long story short, the deal they had in place for Canelo to come to PBC for a 3-fight deal, I'll just read it. So everybody who didn't see yesterday, make sure y'all tune in. Maybe I'll put some of these on the podcast. Get a little Apple Music podcast. So for people to understand, all right. So I'm a quick brief to go over yesterday. Now, if you want me going again, you got to make a $10 donation like Ed did yesterday. Okay, I say 5 if you want me to read this after this. So they said word is PBC was giving Canelo a 3-fight deal. Plant, Benavidez, Spence in that order, 1, 2, 3. Also, PBC had told Canelo they didn't want Eddie Hearn as part of negotiations. Canelo agreed to the deal with PBC, but then he turned it down. And then Canelo asked for $40 million, even if he was to fight Anthony Durrell. That's after they agreed to a 1-fight deal. He accepted, then turned it down. Canelo wanted $40 million, even if Caleb Plant got injured, he was gonna fight Durrell. Now, if Plant got injured, then Canelo got injured, then Plant would have to wait for him. And then that's when everything died. I was told that PBC didn't really care if Plant lost or won against Canelo. All they really wanted was Canelo to fight 3 times for them. So Plant was just used to get Canelo to sign a 3-fight deal. Also heard Plant next fight could be versus Caleb Truex or Anthony Durrell. PBC wants to keep him champion and get Canelo. So that's where we at with it. So the plan was a 3-fight deal for Canelo. The first one was Plant, and he agreed to this. Remember, he agreed to this, even after saying, like, get the fuck Eddie out of here. And he was expected to make $40 to $45 million fighting Caleb Plant. So think about it. He's probably going to make 50 fighting Benavidez. For Spence, he probably was going to see damn near 100 M's. So in reality, bare minimum, he signed a $150 million deal for 3 fights with back end and guarantee money. But he backtracked and said, he turned it down. But he agreed to a 3-fight deal, and that's Plant first, Benavidez, Spence. Now, saying it again, think about it. So Errol fight August 21st. We know he's gonna beat Pacquiao. Playing Canelo fight September 18th. That was the date they were supposed to fight, right? Then Errol was gonna fight Ugas. Then Canelo was gonna fight Benavidez. Then the third fight in that deal, so was Canelo and Spence. So come on. So so he was only planning on fighting that welterweight 2 more times. So he was planning on moving up, fighting Canelo, and not fighting another fight at welterweight. So that's what we talking about, and that's sad because he has no plan on fighting Bud, and people say, well, Bud across the street, and it's just like that. Appreciate Don Banks. He said, "There go your 5." Appreciate it, homie. And to me, that's not cool. So that man getting ready to come over there in November to fight Shine, and you move to fight Canelo. And he didn't spun Eddie Hearn. He didn't left Bob where he was getting pretty good paydays. He come over to fight you for undisputed. You got 3 belts. You moving up to fight Canelo. And you wonder why Canelo fans act the way they act. And also the Wizards acquired Spencer Dinwiddie from the Nets in the sign and trade that also includes Spurs, Lakers, and Pacers. I'll go check that out for NBA fans. So that's what I'm talking about. But then you put an article out here today. We're making sound clips. I respect them. What more higher respect than we got than getting money together? Real. What more respect we got than getting money together? That's fucked up. That man come over there when his contract up. People said we shouldn't have signed in the first place. Had no other choice. Either it was sign and get the Benavidez fight and get that bag, or go to litigation. I mean, for the most part, man, this fight was very important. Very important. But y'all homie trying to dip out and go fight Canelo. So if it ain't Canelo, right? If it ain't Canelo, do we go fight Terence Crawford still? I mean, fight Terence Crawford, he's going to move up. He said, I got 2 fights left at welterweight. And he mean Pacquiao and Ugas by this standard. It's people still going wreck. And I understand you move up, he probably going to make $30 million plus versus Canelo. Don't listen to me. Go get your money, right? I don't knock you. Go get rich. Go get wealthy. I'm not mad at that. My thing is, if his fans held him accountable, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If his fans were gonna hold him accountable, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You know, if he drunk a pile of piss and told his fans to drink it, they would drink it. And that's messed up. That every time they're gonna move the goalpost. Oh, he's gonna watch Bud, he's gonna stop Bud. The time is now. And you make your great escape out the welterweight division, and I just can't respect that, bro. And I started respecting for a long time. When your own company putting you out there, and they leaking shit saying that, oh, you know, they don't really want to fight, they gonna duck the fight. This is what his own company is leaking out to everybody. And we ain't talking about Top Rank. You hear from Top Rank, you like, okay. But when you hear from their own companies and people that's very close to the fighters, I just leave it. And they saying that, you know, he don't have no plans on fighting them. But then again, you know, them same fans say, well, Charlo deserved this, Charlo deserved that. He don't deserve shit. And now Haymon said that he wasn't even part of Canelo 3-fight deal. It was only one brother part of that deal, and that was a welterweight. Why ain't Jamal part of that deal? Why you feeding him a white boy that ain't fought nobody? That's funny saying that because he's a champion. Benavidez, who lost his belt on the scale first. I mean, a couple times. He lost it for drug. He lost it for, I think, on the scale. And then Errol Spence at welterweight. And then after all of that, they still not gonna make Spence and Andrade and Charlo. Shit, they could have made it a 4-fight deal. Made Charlo the 3rd fight. The 4th fight could have been Spence. We still could have got Spence and Crawford. And then after Spence got done with Crawford, he could have moved up fight Canelo. But people still gonna say, you know, they ain't gonna have no problem with it, and that's sad. That objectivity is dead. You know, he said Canelo could have been undisputed, been 2-time undisputed, if not for the bad man Demetrius Andrade. Bud and Tank at 47. Bud will fuck Tank up Excuse my French. Bud would do the funky walk, man. Bud so mean he'd probably keep Tank alive. He'd just punish Tank. Tank won't take that fight. If the choice was heaven or hell or go fight Bud, that nigga go to hell. He go burn. He go burn like Usher Confessions. Let's just keep it real. He wouldn't take that fight at all. I ain't no way. Come on, man. And we shouldn't expect him to take that fight, honestly. 130 pounder going up there and fighting Terence Crawford or Keith Thurman, man. He will get punished. I think Bud will keep him alive just to take him out late. No contest. Zeke was the worst hype man. That nigga was funky. Sweat. Who wears sweatsuit in the summertime? Just think about that for a minute. Did he play JADA? That was my shit too. If you respect him, why lowball him? What you mean? What we doing? True. You talking about the 70-30 offer or 60, whatever it was. Spence don't want to do 50-50. 70-30, come on, dog. Ain't no respect at all. Tank get destroyed by Bud at any weight. They talking Keith Thurman. You might stop Keith with it, but I got beef with it. Joe Rogan been hyping the Crawford Spence fight up for like 2 years on this podcast. He won't to see it more than John Jones and Francis Ngannou. And that's crazy because he's a UFC guy. Great interviewer. No matter if you knocked up, if you get knocked to the fucking sky, or you get knocked in the dirt, he gonna get that interview. But I've been telling you, man, word coming from everywhere that they don't want to make that fight. Now he crossing the street. Now he's trying to make his great escape. But you know what? You only able to do what your fan base allow you to do. 70-30, 80-20 ain't no respect. None at all. But then again, remember they were talking about AJ didn't respect Wilder and shit. You can't call the kettle black. You can't cry and throw a rock right up and down. They was doing the same thing to AJ. They was doing the same thing to Wilder. And had Wilder took that AJ fight, he would have been immortalized. There would have been no question if he a Hall of Famer or not. He would have been immortalized. Can we get Dana White to make this? He probably could find the money to make the fight. He could probably take the pocket change money out of his pocket and make that fight. Remember, Pablo Escobar said, I could have paid, I could have had Spence and Pacquiao fight in my kitchen. Canelo a duck. Easy salute. Wow. The split Crawford wants is it real? What's 50-50? 50-50 ain't realistic. What'd he say? 70-30? He probably said 70-30 because he said it. 50-50 ain't realistic. And if anybody get a knockout, they get the 20. They get the 20 split. Excuse me. They get the 20 split. So like I said before, man, Spence is way more accomplished than Bud is way more accomplished than Spence. And on pay-per-view numbers, they saying Bud did. I gotta confirm they are not real. They are not real. If Canelo going to fight Spence, he better fight Crawford as well. Man, if I'm Crawford, I don't want him to come back down. No, nigga. Unless you win. No. What's going on, Renardo? Genoese, salute. Hope I said that. Kofi, salute. Said salute to everybody. Check out Kofi Universe. But serious, I don't want to see him go up and fight Canelo and come back and fight Bud. Do his best Kell Brook impression. Once he fight Canelo and lose, that fight has no appeal. None. But, that's wild. He want to go and fight Canelo so bad. I guess it's about the bag. And that's just where he in boxing. I understand money. Glenn Johnson came on and tell they in Line Killer that money was more important than legacy. Absolutely. But then again, too, Muhammad Ali didn't have a legacy. Muhammad Ali would have died broke. People forget that. Muhammad Ali was able to sell his name to have money. That's why Joe Louis died broke. He died with money. He sold the rights to his name. You can't sell the rights to anything if it doesn't have popularity. You could trademark fart, and it has no popularity. But if it becomes a trend across TikTok and it becomes a trend, SpongeBob or CSI, whatever, then it's worth some money. But that is what it is, man. But at the same time, it's sad. This man getting ready to come over here, and then Spence trying to run. I'm gonna go fight Canelo. Like, come on, man. We can't get a welterweight undisputed. Come on, you barely could beat Sean Porter. You think gonna move up and beat Canelo Alvarez, man? You couldn't even hurt Danny Garcia. All the punches he threw on Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia ain't do the chicken dance once. Let's keep it real. And PBC said we don't care about Caleb Plant. That's sad. And I know for a fact some of the promoters over there allegedly robbing fighters. They're having financial issues. I'm not gonna say their name. They're having financial issues. Hold on, brother. What's up, Battle Rifle?
Not much. I haven't been caught up to boxing lately. You've been busy working. I don't know what the heck was going on, man. Only thing I've been looking at. I looked at a couple of the zone highlights. There was a boy named Can fighting this British cat on the zone. I saw that. Yeah. He did good. I like that. I like that performance. You know, use that body jab well.
They're trying to hype up Zucan. He got whooped. Motherfucker only had like 2 knockouts in his career.
I mean, it's weird though. Like it seems like most of the Asian fighters that's been coming over here hasn't been doing well except for Nayo anyway. Remember how they was hyping up what's homeboy who got beat up by Vargas?
Takashi Mira.
Yeah, they was hyping up him too.
He had some fucking thump in that left hand though, but that was it.
After that loss, it was it. Yeah,
he retired. Yeah, he retired. Yeah, he had some thump in that left hand though.
I don't think he retired after that. I think he retired after he didn't he fight Burchett after that?
Did he? Yeah, he retired after one of them fights. I think it might have been a Burchett fight. Hold on.
I mean, I would like to see them like the Japanese fighters get their recognition, but I mean, they haven't been doing too good. Murata took one loss and went right back.
Yeah, he did. You know, he went over to Japan and became Superman.
Bro, he fought. Okay, Rob Brand is not a bad guy, but he in a sense fought I don't know what to call Rob Brand. Maybe a gatekeeper, not really, but he fought essentially our average level gatekeeper and got destroyed.
Yep. I seen that. That was on ESPN. What you think about Spence trying to fight Canelo and move up after he fight Pacquiao Ugas?
I mean, I understand it from a money perspective, but you're gonna get torn apart. That's just it's just how it is. I mean,
how would he win that fight if you had a game plan?
You talking about Errol Spence?
Yeah, how would he win?
If he had a game plan. So Errol Spence coming in smaller, shorter, not really shorter, actually the same height. He's coming in.
He's taller than Canelo. What are you talking about?
No, Errol Spence only like 5'9", bro.
Is he? So you 1 inch taller? My bad. Go ahead.
Them probably being about around the same height.
5'9" and a half. 5'9" and a half.
Yeah. So, him being smaller and he's a guy that actually does like the press action. So how would he win? That's a good question. I'm trying to think of it.
Canelo will be squeezing down to 160.
You think Canelo will go down to 160 to fight Errol Spence?
Yeah. They coach already said it. So Canelo 5'8", 70 and a half, and so Errol wouldn't have too many advantages.
He would have too many advantages if he go to 160?
Yeah, he wouldn't have too many.
Oh, he wouldn't have. Yeah. He wouldn't have. Only thing their reach is about the same, isn't it?
No, he got 72, and Canelo got 70 and a half.
The only advantage he has is in the sense that if you say he's smaller, he could be faster, or he's slightly taller, but that's just about it. He doesn't hit harder.
I would tell him just to try to back up Canelo.
That is a good point because Canelo does like to play possum a lot, and that kind of was his downfall with Triple G. And I was actually, believe it or not, I know a lot of people gonna think I'm crazy, but Liam Williams actually gave him Liam Smith gave him actually a decent amount of trouble on the ropes. So if he can do that, then he probably could have success. I wouldn't suggest him doing it for too long because Canelo is just so good of a counter puncher that he would probably get caught.
I would just tell him, man, battle rifle dipped off. Damn, battle rifle. You got that AOL internet and shit. You got that. You got the AOL internet. Oh shit, that was me. My bad, brother rifle. Are we good? But yeah, I think he would have to back him up, bro. You know, because he ain't on his toes. So I would just back him up. Errol got a good jab. I would just back him up. And the question is, can he take the shot or not? That's the $1 million question.
Hey, CJ, I'm about to be silent for a little second.
Oh, good. Yeah, you good. Yeah. When you come in, just jump back in. So the jab is going. I mean, if he can take the shot, I think he got a chance. But yeah, Canelo, man, he ain't unbeatable. You know, Floyd showed that. I think Floyd showed that. Trout showed that. Lara showed that. Triple G showed that. Back him up. One thing about Canelo, you can't let him fight at his own pace. You know, Billy Joe let him fight at his own pace. You got to just really keep him working, bro. Touch his body, keep him working. But that's a tough fight. But then again, if I'm getting 30 minutes to get my ass knocked out, cool. Because they're going to guarantee Earl a high guarantee. For Crawford, they're going to guarantee the $4 million. That's just their way of just diminishing the fight. And they do that to black fighters. They do that to us. We gotta move up in extreme cases. We gotta move up to get big fights. Spence had to move up to 160 pounds to get Canelo Alvarez. We gotta move up in extreme fights, and to me that's sad. That's sad. But that's the game. We gotta fight hard. That's just our life. We gotta fight harder, stronger. But he should play fighting Terence, honestly. If you don't care about Undisputed, fuck that WB belt Ugas got. Go right into Bud. Go right into the Bud fight. And if you can't beat Bud, why we need to see you go fight Canelo and get beat? They pushing that narrative that Mexicans sell, and that's not true. Niggas are responsible, or black people are responsible for $1 trillion into the economy. You know, they don't market to us. Nothing. Other than gym shoes, they don't market none to us. You know, but basketball, football, and it's the same. Cause ain't no way this Joker should be moving up to 60 to fight, Canelo Alvarez. Let's just take Crawford out the question. Don't Jamal deserve that fight? What Benavidez done to deserve a Canelo fight? What Caleb Plant done other than have the final piece to Undisputed? But what is, come on. Benavidez lost his belt on the scale twice. That motherfucker should be suspended for a couple years. And I like Benavidez. It's no disrespect to him, but come on, he lost his belt twice. You think about shit like Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux lost to Lomachenko. He was stripped by midnight. It's a set of different rules for fighters. Even when British fighters come over here, it's a set of different rules. Because they already down 4, 5, 6 points. So either they got to get you the fuck out of there, or they got to be perfect. It's a different set of rules when that unknown fighter come from the great continent of Africa. When that unknown fighter come from Asia, it's a different set of rules. Just speaking facts. And when he's talking about marketing and promoting fighters, black fighters, even though you look at the top 10 of the majority of anybody list, 50-60% of 50 or 60% of that list, at least 50, is going to be black fighters. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard.
What are you talking about now, CJ?
How they treat black fighters. Large percent of anybody top 10 list, at least going to be half black fighters. At least half.
Yeah, like it.
Hold on, but then again, they treat us like this. They treat us like we can't sell. We gotta go fight Pacquiao. You gotta go fight Mikey to sell. You can't fight each other to sell. That's sad. Spence don't need to jump up fight Canelo.
Yeah, actually, it's just fighters treat themselves like that, CJ. It's just perpetuating the same tactics over and over from boxing fans and boxing promoters, because everybody knows that it's just, it's a long way from used to being. So they kind of perpetuate the same problems we have with boxing over and over and over again. They were going to. But at the same time,
UFC not Tyrone. What's the other cat? Usman. He doing 1 million pay-per-views. Adesanya doing 1 million pay-per-views. Why UFC don't have that problem?
Yeah, because they actually fight each other. They fight each other a lot more often, and they're actually under the same guidelines and the same how do I put it? They're in the same under the same company. It's not so much that this person needs to go to the side of the street. It's not so much that these people are just going out of their way to try to make fights happen, and it's not happening. It's the fact that they usually know that fight's going to happen.
But they think is they got results. They got results. Mixing it up. They got results.
Mm-hmm.
They got results. $1 million you work together, put these dudes in the ring.
Right.
Terence Jones and DC fought a few times. They made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So
they made a lot of money because they actually fight the best competition. Boxing is it's gonna.
And why don't boxing do it? It only gets to a boiling point when it's a guy like Castanos with the belt. It only gets to a boiling point because if Benavidez had the IBF belt, would Canelo be going for undisputed? No. If Andrade got that belt, no.
It's more.
You breaking up. Like Triple G, why Triple G ain't go? You breaking up, dude.
Boxing more than any other sport. Hold on, let me move to a better area. Hold up, give me a second.
Yeah, why Triple G ain't going for undisputed? Ain't nobody even Andrade and Charlo ain't shit to be scared of.
Bro, like see, the thing is, boxing is probably it has the most politics to it, and it's the most hard to follow. People can't literally come to an idea of who the champion is, why this guy's a champion, who he beat. It's someone that got stripped. It's someone that got elevated to super champ. It's way too hard to follow for the average fan to grasp. If you ask somebody who is the middleweight champion of the world, well, there's a couple of different answers to that. You could probably say Triple G. You could probably say Jamal Charlo. You could probably say who else is a belt holder? I can't remember right now. Andrade. So it's really complicated. If you ask somebody who's the heavyweight champion of the world, well, still a little complicated. You can still say Tyson Fury. In one hand, you could say it's Anthony Joshua, but it's complicated, and it's a little too hard for the average fan to follow. So UFC is very easy to follow. It's not really hard to follow at all. I mean, the only thing you could probably be hard to follow is some of the scoring-based mechanism they use for UFC, like for takedowns or getting off the floor or like getting successful strikes. That's probably the only complicated part about it.
And they got way less fighters too. They got way less fighters.
Way less fighters, yes. So it's less hard to track, less hard to how do I say? It's less in a sense room for error because there's so many fighters. Like you look at it,
but it's easier to market too. Because they don't
easier to market too.
It seems like they got more pay-per-views than regular TV fights.
Right. I'm saying, like, here's the thing, right? More than any other, how do I put this? There's been a long-going debate as far as fighting is concerned when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. It always goes back down to which person has the best style, which person has the best style for this, which person has the best style for this. It's been a long conversation in between people. They're curious, like, can this person from Russia beat this from this person from Poland? Can this person from Japan beat this really good guy from Italy? It's always been a discussion of who has the best style for fighting. UFC solved that problem already. They just said that we're going to take their styles, we're going to put them in the cage. Boxing somewhat had that, but because it's so much jurisdiction now between fights now, it's kind of went away from that.
And politics would did that. Politics, because if you got a fighter A, and he struggled with tall and rangy guys, you're not gonna put him in there with that style. You can with four belts, with 20 belts, I can manipulate the system. I know he don't do good with shorter fighters. I'm just having fight rangy. They do it all the time, and a lot of people don't pick up on it. How you a world champion and you ain't fought no puncher? You ain't never been cracked in the mouth. You ain't never been. It's politics. They match guys. Oh, if a title eliminator or a champion for the WBC is a rangy guy like Thomas Hearns, and you know your guy don't do good rangy fight, I'm gonna go to the IBF and fight the guy, you know what I'm saying, that fits my style. It's too many options. And it's too many fighters. It's too many fighters to market. If each weight class had 15 fighters, even if they kept 4 belts, battle rifle, even if they kept 4 belts, right? But they use the same 15 fighters for each ranking system. Boxing, a lot of issues with boxing to be solved. If they use the same 15 fighters, no matter how they rank them, the IBF, the WBA, the WBC, the IBF, or WBO, if they use the same pool of 15 fighters, a lot of shit would be soft in boxing. But therefore, you look at the rankings, it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers you don't know. I'm gonna run some names off to you. You know, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Abel Ramos, Josito. You got the Dalani Melabanga dude. You got Conor Benn. You got Kavalaskis, Qdoba, Ennis, Avarizian, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Mikey, Manny Shine. You got Betaboov. You got Barrios. You got Palmetta. You got Sionis. You got Ramos. You got some dude named Makaram Sanakanov. I don't know. Cody Crawley. Jonah Gonzalez, Sandy Masado, whatever. Alex Rocha. You got Abraham Amir Khanyan. You got Karen Kalusalak. You got Dirim Wanyankayak. You got Keita Obra. I don't know. I having fun when we butcher these because Custio Clayton. You got fun having me butcher these names. You got Rashidi Ellis. You got Lewis Crocker, Brian Sabello, Ryota Tomasi, and Janelson Barakchia. J. Nelson Figueroa, I think that is. So you got all. Come on. We can cut if we cut the fat. If we cut the fat, man, we end up our 15 fighters would be at least Kell Brook, Khan, Ramos, Lopez, not including the champions, Kavalaskis, Conor. Hold on, let me go. Let's just say no, Amir Khan and Kell Brook, Ramos, Lopez, Ben, Kavalaskis, Ennis, Avarizian, Danny moved up, Keith, Mikey, Sean. But what I'm trying to say is Virgil. So what we're trying to say, if I had the same 15 pools for each sanctioned belt body, I think that'll put boxing in a better. The hate for Earl is real. Praying Manny or Bud can beat him is funny. Ain't nobody praying. Hope he do knock his fucking teeth out if he ain't go fight Bud. But you go fight Canelo, go get his bag. Yo, CJ, salute. I ain't knock you. If I got $30 million guaranteed with back end money for me to go fight Canelo, shit, I'm gonna move up too. I'm not knocking him. As a boxing fan, I'm upset. As a black boxing fan, I'm upset. Simple as that.
Why?
Because him and Crawford should fucking fight. That's for us.
That's not even really just as a black man we should see. Nah, brother. Everybody wants to see that. Even the whites want to see that.
No, I know, but as black, we that's a fight for us.
Bro, like, listen, it's not even.
I understand.
Really...
Look, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that's a fight for us to show that we gonna support it, that we gonna pay for it, that black versus black seal. You don't see a lot of black versus. You
don't have to be black to realize that's a duck, and that's a duck move by Errol Spence. That's just you just being you being a phony. Like it's everybody been wanting to see that for about years now. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Years.
Yeah, we've been trying to see that for years now. So I don't understand. I mean, I understand, but
so he stepped in the division since 2018 June.
Right. So basically, almost 3 years. Wait. No. Well, yeah, almost 3 years.
3 years.
Actually 3 years because June just passed. Yeah, 3 years. So that's just weird.
Remember, he was calling niggas out before he even stepped into the division.
I'll say 2.5 because he did get, in a sense, decommissioned because the car accident. But I mean, was that even really? How long was that? Was that a year? But
what are you talking about?
Errol Spence.
He got what? Oh, car. That wasn't even a year. He came back way before Keith Thurman still fought. They got in a car accident, fought Sean Porter, fought Danny Garcia, and still back before Keith. That nigga wasn't even out a year.
I thought he got in the car accident after Sean Porter, though.
Yeah, he did. He got into it in November, and he came back next January. So he was out over a year. But then remember the pandemic, too, because remember, it was rumors that he was going to come back in the spring. It was rumors that he was going to come back in the spring, so the pandemic. So, yeah, he was going to be out less than a year. Errol was supposed to come back in April one for the pandemic to keep Thurman. And I'm just saying, man.
Uh-huh.
It is what it is, man. Hooli live, salute. Hooli Wood, salute. That's just, to me, that's just, It is what it is. At the end of the day, man, it won't be the first and last fight we didn't get. I mean, there's a lot of fights that was on the floor we didn't get. And it tends to be a lot of times in the black fight. They find a way to make Mexican in other fights, but it tends to be that fight. Jared Hurd and Charlo, that was another great black fight we could have had. Tank and Gary Russell, Tank and Devin Haney. A lot of great fights out there to be had. Tank and Devin Haney, Tank and Gary Russell, Devin Haney, Gary Russell. Come on,
Tank versus Burchell.
The biggest one. One of the biggest ones. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder.
Oh my God! Like you spark a whole debate. You start talking with that with somebody. Like who's the wrong man? Both of them wrong, man. It's just a fight. For
Wilder benefit, Wilder should have made that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Wilder should have took what they was gonna give him because he was gonna make his money on the back end. But he said Bob said Loma and Devin fight my. I don't believe it. I don't believe that, bro.
I consider it weird though. Like I get it, like in the sense that fighters trying to take less risk, but as a fighter, I get into the game because I'm competitive. Like I don't want to get like you remember when Lomachenko said that he was having depression when he trained because he would be like, what's the point of me training so hard if I'm not really gonna fight anybody? That was the whole point of him calling out Nicholas Waters because he said I just didn't want to train my whole life. I already spent most of my career fighting in the amateurs. So why would I go to the pros not to fight people? That's just not what he wanted to do. So I would really like, bro. Like I get into the fight game because I'm competitive. I want to fight the best and beat the best. It's not because I just want to fight the bare minimum and then just like how do I say, like just make money from it. That just sounds like just very opportunistic. Like don't get me wrong, like it is opportunistic boxing, but I'm competitive. Like why would I just do that?
But a lot of managers and promoters, they take the competitiveness out of them because they say, "Look here, man, you get $500,000 to fight this dude, and I'll give you $1 million in a quarter to fight this dude. Come on, you gonna move where the money move at?" That's the same thing with UFC. If Usman don't fight the top guy they want to fight, there's a significant drop off in his pay. It's just a fact. It's a significant drop off. He says official this channel title AJ looking for Canelo. Okay, I don't care. Guess what? I'm gonna find your bitch ass in the chat. I'm gonna kick your ass out. Here, bye. I don't understand. If you don't like what somebody's saying, like, why is you watching? Fucking drama whores.
What did he say?
No more. He gone. Wait for Errol to ask for Bud fight. What Errol is rating Bud have to fight Luke Kane before stepping up to. He don't have to fight nobody. This man won every belt you can win in boxing. Nobody was saying, well, Floyd got to get a belt before fighting Oscar De La Hoya at 54. Did anybody say that? Was that said battle rifle?
Yeah, people saying what?
When Floyd jumped up to fight Oscar De La Hoya, did they say go get a belt at 54? Or he never fought at 54 before? Did anybody bet an eye?
No.
They just want to see the fight. Come on, get out of here, man. People say, well, he got to do. They ain't got to do nothing. He fought. He won every belt from 2 lineal belts to WBC, WBO, to IBF. So he doesn't have to. Like, what did Mikey Garcia do? Mikey Garcia ain't won half the belts.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Like what requirement come on? It's just a defense mechanism because he don't want to fight him. Like he don't have to do shit if he ain't fought nobody. Easy win for Errol Spence. Come on, Pacquiao got knocked out by Crawford, by the dude Crawford destroyed. Come on, get out of here, man. Bryce said the black fighters used to be the best ones back in the day. They used to be competitive. You don't know who the best no more, but you still got Joshua, you still got Wilder. You got some fighters, but they don't fight. They ain't fight nobody. Sean, salute.
Hey, man, I just got to say this. Some real shit. Like, I'm an Errol Spence fan. Like, but if he don't fight Crawford, bro, that shit a duck.
So, hold on. What if he go up? Hold on. Yeah, all right. What if he go up and lose? Right? What if he go up and lose to Canelo and come back down and fight Crawford? What would you say?
If he lose against Canelo, I mean, I still watch the fight. I still get the fight. Do I think it's as big if he loses to Canelo? No. But, I mean, I still watch it. Shit.
Watch it over even want it at that point. So if he got all the belts, I get it. If he got all the belts, cool.
Right, yeah. If it's all the belts, fight for sure. But, I mean, outside of that, they both getting – realistically, is he even going to be the best fight after he fight Canelo? Because they both getting older. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford going to be like, 35 by the time they fight. If that's the case.
That's the tactic. That's the tactic. At some point, Crawford looking for a public validation. He not gonna admit it, but he looking for public validation, and the only way he gonna get that validation is Spence, or finding somebody like Crawford. He not gonna get that validation with Josh Taylor, with Sean Porter. And he may never get that validation. He might fight Spence and Carson.
He could fight Boots, shit.
but then, nigga, I mean, that's just all risk.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's just young,
Boots, bro.
Same thing for Virgil T. He's young. For him to get respect. Look, even if Pacquiao put it on Spence, and he go out there to destroy Pacquiao, and half of people gonna say, "Well, Pacquiao was old." That's what people gonna say.
Yeah.
If he beat Spence, he was in the crisis and he wasn't the same fighter. So it really don't matter. He gonna move up, fight Jamil next fight. Well, Jamil had a close fight with Castanos. He gonna move up Castanos. He's just one of those fighters that's just not gonna get. Floyd Mayweather was one of those fighters for a long time. They didn't get the benefit of the doubt. They just didn't like him. That's why Floyd chose to wear the black hat. And all this love and admiration for Floyd, go back to 2010 on back.
I remember.
Nobody had this. It went till he retired that he got this admiration.
I'm a young nigga and I remember, bro. I remember going to school, bro. All the Mexicans talking shit about Floyd. Oh, Floyd duck. Floyd be running. Floyd.
Yeah, going to the internet when the internet was popping. Niggas.
Yeah, you thought that, man. I didn't try to do that. Yeah, you did.
That's just what it was. When we retired, they loved him. Floyd beat Pacquiao was old. Marquez stopped him. And Floyd born. He just done the third. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Like, this dude gonna move and fight Canelo for what? A lot of money. I'll get your money then. I'm not knocking you.
I will say this though. We do gotta hold Terence Crawford somewhat accountable for his career decisions, bro. I ain't saying it's all on him. I do think it's
what career decision did he make wrong?
After you didn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, you were supposed to get. You still re-signed with Bob Arum.
Yeah, that's true.
And ever since then, you ain't got no fight yet.
But the difference in that, hold on. Difference in that too is Mikey did the same. Mikey had to sit out 2 years fighting them people.
Well, hey CJ, I think people got more humble when Floyd retired because I remember people like, don't get me wrong, like I was one of them guys that was like real big on Floyd. I was just like, Floyd's the best. He the fastest. He too quick for him. He too smart for him. But then I just started hearing people just saying such ridiculous stuff like Floyd is greater than Ali. He could beat Leonard and I was just like, bro, y'all just sound weird.
I'll be right back.
Like it became a point where every time you said something bad about Floyd, somebody would be like, well, if you said anything criticizing Floyd, it wasn't even like in a bad or negative manner. They'd be like, it'll be somebody in the comment section be like 50-0, suck on it or something like that. Like, bro, like this is just weird. Like, why are you defending this guy so hard? Like, is he like immune from criticism? Like, definitely not. But I think fighters got more humble after he retired. But yeah, though, it's weird though. I don't be respecting it though. People don't talk all that great about him as a person no more, and how much of a can he is.
That's not what I said. Yeah, that's to me. That it is what it is on that shit. But at the end of the day, people say, well, but he said he made bad. His contract was bought out from Matador Sports when he's fighting in Barnes and shit. He said. Then Top Rank bought his contract. Then he had to resign. Then he resigned before the Benavidez fight. So it is what it is. Bob Arum then had the greatest fighters in the world, and then he lost every great fighter he had. And people tend not to pay attention to that.
Yeah,
But then again, like with Shakur Stevens, he said Floyd never showed proof of funds, so he had no other choice but to sign with Top Rank. He said Floyd never sold the money.
That's what Shakur said.
Yeah, he said don't fuck him over, bro. Shakur got so much talent, bro.
Yeah, remember Floyd was at his Olympic shit, and he said when it came time to show proof of funds, Floyd never showed the money, so he signed with Top Rank. Yeah. That shit wild. I hear that. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, Benavidez signed with Bob Arum. Remember that shit when I'm gonna pull that shit up because people don't be believing me when I say that. Benavidez signed with Top Rank, and they gave him $250,000 cash, and he took the money. And then Samson Boxing said that it wasn't a legit deal. He still was under his promotional banner, and Bob Arum returned the cash to Al Haymon returned the cash to Bob Arum, returning in cash. He would return $250,000 in cash. Yeah, that shit a real story. Al Haymon let that nigga go to Top Rank right here. He said Benavidez gives back $250K bonus back to Top Rank, returns to Samson Boxing. Real, no cap. Al Haymon returned the money. Al Haymon let him walk. It's a dirty game, y'all. Al Haymon returned it in straight cash, not a check, not in bonds, not Cash App niggas, nigga cash. Brown paper bag. Come on, man. Cash. But he won't let a nigga leave. I bet you. Charlo still got a buck dance for two more years. He said it took Spence
which one? Which
Benavidez? Both of them. Shit. Well, no, Jamal.
They do.
It took Jamal. It took Spence 7 years to get Porter at 47. True. It is what it is. He went wrong when he set his sights on Spence. Who you talking about? Terence. I mean, he called Keith Thurman out first. And Keith Thurman had all these excuses, but he got more title defenses than Keith Thurman. That's what people don't understand. He defended a real title more than Keith Thurman. Low key, I want to see Fury brother versus Wilder brother in the undercard. Yeah, I watched that shit. Marcellus versus Tommy Fury. They both cruiserweights. What's on, Brooklyn? I watched that shit, nigga. Shit. What he said? What said? Add that shit up. I watched that shit. Marcellus might not get slept though. That one nigga put that nigga to sleep. That one nigga had that. Nigga said that.
Getting slept.
That nigga slept that nigga, man. Like that nigga wasn't moving. That nigga wasn't breathing. I said, damn, good. That's in boxing, nigga only take one punch.
He hit that nigga with a Marquez punch.
You ain't lying, that nigga would move. But nigga take a lot of heart to get in there, nigga. It take a lot of heart to get in there, bro. A lot of heart. Most niggas get punched, they want to run. Shit. It takes a lot of heart. It takes a special individual to get in the square circle, bro. Because ain't nowhere to run. When you get tired, either you quit, get knocked out, or fight through it. But at the same time, man, they just going out their way and not giving us the fights we want. I ain't mad at him fighting Pacquiao. Get your money. But then again, Pacquiao don't hold a title. No cap. And Canelo don't hold a title at 160. But they still will fight for the 68-pound title. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Can't get mad at him. It's his career. But you know what? I don't want to see him do an interview 1 minute, 5 years later, 20. Well, I should have fought Terence. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to hear no regrets.
I'll personally make an hour-long video about that, man. About everybody on, talk about how crazy this dude is.
I do. Could it be or him not giving an interview to Black? It could be. What y'all talking about? Yeah, he don't like, he didn't get Errol Spence talk to everybody. That's where Errol Spence became popular. He did an interview, no matter if he was eating shit, nigga, he give you an interview. He talked to everybody. Bud just had a vendetta. Bud just too real for his own good. That's why the media hate Bud. From niggas, the whites, the browns, anything in between. Bleach, the Tide, everybody, because he didn't talk to everybody. When you stop to talk to everybody, Keith Thurman giving niggas interview in the hallways, the stadiums and shit. The media, you scratch coming up to fight. Yeah, that nigga just walking past niggas, fuck you, this, that, and the third, no interviews, but he will take a picture with you at the stores and shit. But with media, that nigga running. But Marshawn Lynch did the same thing. I'm just here tonight to get fined. Go ahead, Battle Rifle.
I think the first time I heard Keith Thurman, because I saw him doing a video, he was imitating what Pacquiao like to do in his combos. And I was like, bro, this might sound crazy, but like, I was like, bro, this dude is just like steps of Rocky. I don't know if you remember Rocky Balboa with Antonio Tarver. You remember Steps, the light skinned boy? Rowler, he looked just like the old boy from the movie. But that's how I heard of him. He was I didn't even know he was a fighter. The dude was wearing beats like beat sandals and stuff like that. I didn't even know he was a boxer.
But yeah, let me get out of here, man.
That ain't Spence's fault that nigga got ducked, bro. You gotta remember, bro. Nobody was trying to fight Errol Spence at all when he was coming up in the welterweight division, knocking everybody out.
Who wasn't trying to fight him? Give me some
Keith Thurman wasn't trying to fight him. Sean Porter wasn't trying to fight him till he got a belt.
Who Danny Garcia?
It ain't no way. It ain't no Danny. All of the top guys at welterweight at that time.
Well, what company was they with? Were they on the same company?
Yeah.
All right then. All right. Crawford talked to the other kind. Crawford thinks all blacks are a part of local. I mean, shit. A lot of people do. Shit. But at the same time, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, man, Errol had to wait his turn, just like Keith had to wait his turn. You know, everybody you gotta wait your turn. But let me get out of here, man. Go ahead. Yep, but hey, let me get out of here. Appreciate y'all for coming.